Hello everybody, welcome back to volume 2 of how to build a foil board. So I've taken my saw here, getting rid of the corners. And my whole kind of goal and plan going into it is try to build this surfboard with as little electrical power tools as possible. So basically did it all by hand. The handsaw and this tool right here that I use to shave off the foam. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to get rid of the tail section first. Already made my Sharpie marker lines on kind of the design I want. So yeah, getting rid of the tail section. And after this cut, I ended up even taking off more because I didn't like how much thickness there was in the tail. Okay, now I'm going really fast in time-lapse mode, working on the rails. And same with the tail. After I made all these cuts, I ended up taking off another 1/2 inch or 1 inch. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah, what I'm showing here is that you can make a surfboard basically with just hand tools. You don't need anything fancy. I am not a professional by any means. This is like the 6th board I've built, and I learn a little bit every time, but still make a lot of mistakes. Okay, this is the only time I use a power tool. Just made some scores in the tracks, and now I'm removing the foam and going to replace it with 8-pound 2-part high density pour foam. Yeah, you don't need a fancy room to make a surfboard. Did it in my garage with stuff everywhere. Broke my ironing board, but I fixed it. Okay, time to make some holes in the top of the surfboard, some perforations that are going to go all the way through to the tracks. So it'll be fully connected all the way through the deck and give it more strength. I made my SUP foil board the same way and it's working great. Got the perfs, got the correct depth. There's my homemade box and I'm done. No, just kidding. Okay, so there's Gorilla Glue on the edges with a little bit of water spritzed on there. Time to set it in. Okay, listen to the sound. So the clips I used to make a recording of how to make the box, I had it set on slow motion the whole time, so I couldn't use any of the footage, but I made the box separately, kind of used wooden blocks to make a form of the shape, and then poured the high density pour foam in there with the tracks already set. Turned out pretty well, pretty flush. I have the tape on there, so any excess glue that spills out won't damage the foam. Here we are about 20 minutes later. And here we are about 45 minutes later. So I probably waited about 2 hours before I took this razor knife and kind of scraped off some of the foam before I peeled back the tape. Not showing every single step and part, just for the length. Okay, now time to put some tape around the perforation holes in the deck. So when the foam spills out, it won't dry onto the deck. Here's the high density 2-part pour foam. You have to be very quick because it sets and expands super fast and by quite a bit. About a minute later, and 5 minutes later. Decided to put the handle in already. Made the outlines, routed it out, cut it out more. Got some Gorilla Glue on the bottom and on the sides. Nice tight fit. Turned out okay. I'll fill the voids with some spackle mixed with water to where it's like a runny toothpaste. Kind of fill any voids. But yeah, the video is in slow-mo, so this is the one video I took that kind of turned out regular. But just take your hand sander and create your required or desired depth to create like a nose type shape. I did one side first. So here we are, the board is just about done with all the sanding and everything. It comes in at 5 feet 4 inches tall by 18.5 inches wide by all of 6 inches thick. My purpose is mainly used for winging as well as prone downwind foiling, as well as prone foiling at the beach. It's going to kind of be my longboard type foil board, where my 4.4 is like a shortboard type foil board. But yeah, look at that thing, is thick all the way through. I didn't want to do too much sanding, and it's probably going to be 80 to 95 liters. So the next step is to put some fiberglass and carbon on it and a Negra. So I'll be making a trip down to South Padre Island, Texas, coming up here in August 2022 to go visit my best friend Eric Christensen, also known as Eric Foil on Instagram. So yeah, I'll go visit him once he gets back from his Hood River trip, and gonna go down there and we're gonna vacuum bag the board together using his stuff. So really looking forward to that. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in August. It's volume 3.